Hey everyone, my name is Aisha and welcome to Native's Tongue where every voice matters. I am here with my co-host.
Hey everyone, my name is Prince. It's a pleasure to be here with my fellow co-hosts. We thought about this months ago, and it's finally happening right now. So I'm happy for it.
What's up, family? My name is Alfonso. I go by Alphonse. It's an honor and pleasure to be here. This is long overdue, and I just want to say I'm proud of every one of you.
Thank you.
It's your boy Ma, and I repeat the same sentiments as my co-host. It definitely is a pleasure to be here. Not only are we here to educate you guys on things, but we're also here to do an entertaining format as well. Uh, we just gonna go ahead and address the elephant in the room, right, and just put it all out there on the table. There's 50 million podcasts out here. It's a
Hmm.
matter of fact, everybody got a podcast, and we want to go a little bit deeper. Everybody and their grandma got a podcast,
Yeah.
right? So my question for y'all
hmm
would be, why the hell did we decide to do this, right? First off,
Right.
and more importantly, what's going to set us apart?
I feel like the main reason why we should even start a podcast because we have a lot of things to say. All of us have our own opinion. Yes, I'm going wrong. I'm over here acting wrong. And like the things that we bring to the table is like wonderful. Like for example, I'm a mechanic slash nurse. You're not going to see that in a lot of podcasts. So that's why I feel like we should collab together.
All right. So I feel like we decided to do a podcast because we all had something to contribute to society.
hmm
Each and every one of us, just in our own personal background, people come to us for advice. And I feel like those type of advices should be broadcast. People that's out there they don't really know us personally, but now they can hear our voice internationally. And that's what we try to do. So stay tuned for each episode. This is gonna be something different, man. It's gonna be all authentic.
Yeah, all in all, like Sis Aisha was saying and Brother Prince, creating this podcast was our way of creating our own table, our own platform to be able to be vocal and reach the masses at the end of the day. We all come from different backgrounds, and we all have different skill sets, different resources. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think my biggest thing why I looked at this podcast when I was thinking about like even putting a podcast together with the knowledge that everybody and their grandma got a podcast, like I stated, was the fact that I watch a lot of podcasts. That's the thing. I like to do my research on things before I venture into it. And
Hmm.
one thing I realized, even though as an entertainer as it is, a lot of these people do not have the expertise on the field that they're speaking on, right? A lot of people are just speaking off of their emotions, their opinions, what they think, and stuff like that. And I know each individual here, they have had moments where people come to them for guidance, people come to them for certain questions and answers on the important things that's going on, or even like things that's happening within the world, and within the community and so forth. Like Aisha stated, not you're not finding many women, many black women that is in the mechanical field, nursing field, modeling field, right? So that's femininity, as masculinity, all combined in once. And you got Brother Prince here, who went from a leadership position in the corporate world to a leadership position in public service, right? That he said, I want to find a lot of black young men as working down that path. And we got Brother Fonz here as a leader in the Liberian community, right? Constantly organizing community events, constantly looking out for the people, advocating for the people, and not just Liberian black community as a whole, right? Philadelphia as a whole, and so forth, all right? However you want to spread that out. And then you got myself. It's so funny every time I get interviewed. I always, when people ask me like what sets me apart, I always tell people I lived in like three different countries, right? Before I was like the age of 10. So living in the continent of Africa, right? Being born in Liberia, Ghana, moving over to Canada, coming over to Philly. I just feel like that give me like a bigger view of the world and that enhanced my interactions with different cultures and different people and made me kind of understand the world a little bit better than a lot of people who are really just used to being in one place. So with that being said, there's a conversation right now that's going on, and right, it's a predominant conversation in the Liberian community, right? And for those of you who might not be so privy to this, I'm gonna just go give a short overview because I just want to give context by saying I do not really know this space too much, right? If I don't know something, I'm gonna tell you I don't know it. I
Mhm.
don't know this space too much, but I've I've did enough research, but I kind of got a small understanding of what's going on. So Liberian Independence Day, if anybody doesn't know this, is July 26th every year. And if you're in Philadelphia or in Minnesota, right, I think it's spreading out a little bit more now. I think Houston is doing the thing as well. Like July 26th, I mean, my co-host can speak on this right now. That's a big thing, right? Like,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
if
no,
you're
yeah,
not
no,
Liberian, if you in any of those communities, you're gonna have a ball.
yeah.
But there's a widespread conversation with a Nigerian promoter. So usually on Liberian 26, there's a lot of Liberian promoters. There's parties, there's beach days, there's a flag day, so forth, right? There's a lot of things going on around that time. And this year, a Nigerian promoter is doing something in Minnesota. So that leads to a conversation around gatekeeping, right? So I think the bigger conversation people are having is like, when is it appropriate to gatekeep your culture? When is it appropriate to gatekeep your identity, if at all?
I was just go ahead and answer to that. So, in regards to the context of the situation, I know in regards to the Nigerian promoter, he's been in the Liberian community for a long time. With you could say our doctors and our older brothers and sisters. I'm pretty sure the older Liberian crowd is familiar with him. It's just that, as a generation come up, certain people might not be familiar. So right now they kind of causing noise over the situation. But in regards to when it's necessary to gatekeeping your community, we see this all the time. Like even speaking from a podcast point of view, right? We know that other people have podcasts. At times, people aren't qualified, but they might bring other people to speak on that might not have the expertise, only because that's their means, or they're trying to build relationships. They'll bring people on. So at times, like, I would say, like, us just having this platform is for us to be able to speak, not necessarily gatekeeping, because we want to bring the right people uh to our table. But when it comes to like gatekeeping, you gotta keep an eye out, because at times it's people that might want to get close to you, to know how you move, to know how you operate, and at times you have to be mindful of that. There's other people that will come to benefit off of your culture, off your language, because it's mainstream or something like that. But I was just going ahead and open up the conversation.
Yeah, I would say it's appropriate to gatekeep certain times. 'Cause I feel like the more you share things, the less value it has. So certain things you got to gatekeep, because certain things are sacred as well. For instance, right? A lot of countries in the West, like in West Africa, were colonized because they didn't gatekeep enough. They had other people come in their country, taking over because they didn't, kept certain things to themselves. They share with everyone. So certain times you have to gatekeep certain things. For example, I'm not sure, everybody don't believe in God or heaven, hell, whatever, but whatever God you look up to, I'm pretty sure, once your time is done and you go to heaven or heaven or Jannah, whatever, everybody want to get through that gate, so the gate is closed. You only open the gate for certain people. So while we're on earth too, it's good to gatekeep because not everybody's allowed to come in certain spaces. So certain people got to stay out of certain spaces. Only certain people you allow in certain spaces, and the people that you allow in those spaces is people that share the same morals, share the same values as you, and know exactly where you came from. Then you can allow them in. But if you have strangers coming in, they can do anything with that information that you have out there. They can take that information and manipulate others to think that the information is not from you, that it's actually from them. So certain things you have to gatekeep. Gatekeep is definitely important in certain times, not all the time now.
I disagree. Gatekeep until the day you die. Okay, let me tell you, gatekeep until you become successful. Because my thing is that with the gatekeeping, if you don't like, if you spread it until you become successful, if gatekeep is only limited until, oh, I got everything successful, everything on my side is okay. Now if somebody else is interested, they take that, they manipulate you, and then the gatekeep, like the stuff that you were successful with, is gone.
But isn't that looking at it from a negative perspective, though? I
No,
feel
Yeah.
like you're looking at it from a negative perspective,
how
though.
would that be negative?
I
I
feel
feel
like
like that's why today Africa is not even succeeding the way it should be. Cause they should have,
nah.
bro, they should have gatekeep forever. Because at the end of the day, right, the main reason why the rest of the world is working today is because of Africa. The oil, the food that we eat, the resources that we have, the mathematics that we have came from back home. So if we didn't gatekeep that, you think America would know how to do mathematics? No. They not gonna know what 1 + 1 is, 2 times 2
Nah,
is,
I
none of
agree
that.
with that though. Now
Bro, it all started from back home.
I feel like it's one thing to be proud of your culture, but it's like it's one thing to be proud of your background, one thing to be proud of where you come from, but you gotta know the realities of things. You know what I'm
But
saying?
look
You
at the
gotta
reality
know
that we in right now because we was open and happy and like
no,
embracing
no,
everything. That's why today we are backstabbed.
no. I feel that's the thing. I didn't want to interrupt nobody's conversation because I feel like it was
No, it's
good.
cool. It's
I feel
cool.
like it was a good conversation, but I want to give a rebuttal to that though. And you know what I mean? Like I know Prince touched on it a little bit, where I mean, kind of he was saying like that was one of the biggest downfall of West Africa, but I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel if if we really talking about Africa, right? Because I want, because I want the conversation to spread out more to more than just Africa, like just like Black community
Yeah,
itself, right?
Mhm.
But right now the conversation's on Africa, right? So we got Mr. History buff right here, so I know he ready to cook me, right? So all right, so I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna state what I know, right?
Yeah.
I know one thing for sure, right? There's a saying, right, where it's like if you want to go faster, you go by yourself, right? If you want to go further, you go together, right? And even if we look at the continent of Africa, right, because Africa is widespread, right? Right now, we was talking about a country, Liberia, right? Liberia probably got a population of like 6 to 7 million people right now.
Okay.
Compared to a country like Nigeria, that's almost like 200 million. But if you're talking about the continent of Africa, there's so many different cultures within that continent alone, right? And one of the biggest things, if we want to relay it all the way back to the days and whatnot, one of the biggest ways that was able to even put those people, subjugate those people, was the fact that it was able to turn them around against each other. You know what I'm saying? It's not the fact that, European settlers came and stole their ideas and stole all that. Yeah, they benefited from mathematics and all that good stuff, right? But it was because them people, they didn't even turn them against each other. It was already warring countries and stuff like that, right?
That's what I'm
Give
saying.
us your
So that's why
prisoners
we
of
need
war
to
and stuff like that.
gatekeep. If we
No.
gatekeep and fix
How does
our own
that relate to
situation,
gatekeeping
because
though?
our stuff was not even like situated yet. Our stuff was never solved yet. We were still fighting against each other. So we had other countries come in and corrupt us because we were so happy and
I
willing to
feel
do
like it's
everything.
giving somebody too
Bro, if
much.
we saved everything amongst each other, if we was able, like for example, right? I'm a Mandingo. Why Mandingos and Fulani can't get along with each other? Because of whatever the history was. But if they was able to like fix the situation and like, prosper in that aspect, we will not have that much hate amongst each other.
I don't know. I feel like Fonz got something to say to this. What you gotta
It's
say,
getting
brother
itchy now.
Fonz?
Let's
Honestly
get itchy.
speaking, I'm trying to see how best to pick the right example, right?
Yeah.
Because when it comes to we as Black people, we tend to be very divisive when it comes to one another in terms of gatekeeping. That's a huge thing within our Black community at times. So that's how the little competitive, things start between us, which leads into bigger situations down the line. But in regards to gatekeeping at times, we have different African societies, different type of nations, different type of ethnic groups at the end of the day. Uh I don't want to talk about the past, or I want to talk about what's going happening right now on the continent, and just bringing it back to Africa. As of right now, you see a lot of countries and shifting into gatekeeping their languages, gatekeeping their clothes, gatekeeping certain resources. Right? We have the Sahel Alliance, right? That's formed between what I call Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Right now, they're gatekeeping their resources.
Right.
You feel me? Now they're kicking out France and telling France you're no longer welcome back in our territory until y'all redo your policies to kind of benefit our nation in a way. You see other countries in like Senegal, they're switching up their policy. Even if we're talking about gatekeeping, y'all want to bring it back to the Black community. when we talk about civil rights, how do we think like other nationalities is able to fit in with this whole American identity is through Black American. I feel at times like even among we the Black people, going back to gatekeeping again, uh at times we try to push towards this pan-Africanism, and we tend to gatekeep. Right now we're Liberians, we want to gatekeep our culture because why? We don't want other nationalities, benefiting off of it. We see gatekeeping going on in South Africa right now, where they're calling it xenophobic attacks because
because
the
of other
the
nations.
indigenous South Africans, they want their land back, but a lot of we the Africans were looking at it like, damn, like y'all in your own country. Y'all, excuse me, I don't want to speak on that situation, but I'm
No,
gonna
like
just say
no,
it.
speak your mind,
But
man. Speak your mind.
it like among we the Africans, it's just like,
Yeah.
all right, we can understand y'all want to take y'all country back, but
Mhm.
y'all country was taken by the white people.
Yeah.
Like literally, it was taken by Europeans, and instead of going at the Europeans, you're going at Nigerians, you're going at Ghanaians, you're going at Zimbabweans and stuff. So it's just like, protect your culture, but don't go at your people. So I feel like when the kind of gatekeeping is necessary at times, it
Yeah, I
could be
agree.
a geopolitical thing where like other nations are, as we the Liberian people can say, rotting charo off of you. They're taking your resources and things of that nature. Gatekeeping is on all levels. It can start from a household level, job level, even if like, it like there's different, I could say, perspectives to gatekeeping, but
But that's what I'm saying. What like you said about the broken off our soul. That whole situation is like that's a prime example of gatekeeping.
yes.
That's
He's
not gatekeeping though.
bro, that is gatekeeping.
That's
He
not.
he paid off his country.
That's
He was
not
controlled by French
gatekeeping.
the French people, right? And he paid his debt to get his resources back. So
That's,
nobody is allowed to come in until my country is fixed.
that's not gatekeeping.
How
How
I'll
is that
tell you
not
why it's not
gatekeeping?
gatekeeping, right?
Mm-hmm.
One word in what you just said. You says alliance, right? So how
Mm-hmm.
can an alliance ever be gatekept?
Okay.
Right? I'm saying you
Mm-hmm.
said alliance, right? So all those countries in West Africa, they came together, created an alliance, right?
3 countries.
Exactly. They
Mm-hmm.
keep who you said France out, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. It can't be gatekeeping, right? Because they sharing whatever, they sharing their resources and stuff like that within that alliance, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's
So it's
benefiting them
so it's
though. It's
like
not
who you're
benefiting us.
so it's who you're gatekeeping it from. They're gatekeeping
Yes.
it solely from France, but it's not gatekeeping in its entirety because it's an alliance. How can you gatekeep in an alliance? It's like me and Prince getting together, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Let's share something. We just gonna keep it away from Aisha and Fonz. That's like not all the way gatekeeping because me and Prince are within our alliance. I feel like
No.
But
when
That's still
bro, that's
gatekeeping though.
yeah.
That's still
that's
gatekeeping.
Because there's no
It's just
other
certain people
person.
not allowed in.
so
Yeah, it's still
it's
gatekeeping.
gatekeeping to a certain extent, only
Yeah.
because 3 countries came together. It's an alliance, but other African countries might benefit from it, but foreigners that's been abusing it,
Right.
they're no longer
They're
allowed.
not allowed.
Come
So
in.
that's
So that's
gatekeeping.
not
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
gatekeeping. Because for
And
example, right?
mhm.
If we didn't gatekeep, like if we gatekeep it, right? A lot of nations won't be the way it is today. For example, everybody know the Rockefeller or the richest one is untouchable, right?
Mhm.
Then
Yeah.
you go
And the
down the
Rothschilds.
line, right?
Yeah.
But if we gatekeep our resources, we won't even have a Rockefeller. Jewish people won't be the way they are today. Asian people won't have the resources they would have today. Because who are they selling it to? They selling it back to us. They're using our
But
resources to sell back to us. But if we gatekeep that, how would they be selling our resources back to us? Their hair products, they give it back to us. We're the one who's using it. Asians ain't using their hair extension. It's we that using it. The oils, we're the one who's they're reselling our stuff back to us. But if we kept that to amongst ourselves, why would they be selling it? We already having it. Why would it's like diamonds and golds?
that's a lot of things, though. A lot of things easier said than done. You talking about something? We have all these resources,
We
and
do.
it's just true. I mean, we got a lot of resources, minerals, right? But it's like, do you know how to cultivate those resources? Do you have the tools to cultivate those resources? If you don't, you can't gatekeep because you need to be
It's
able
it's
to
it's with us. We the one who's doing it.
cultivate those resources.
But it's us that's doing it. The mathematics came up from us. The engineering came from
You just said
us.
something important, right?
Go ahead.
We don't know how to mine, resource, and manufacture our resources. Although we have the resources, we don't know how to do it. Who know how to do it?
That's why you put the
The other people,
appropriate
right?
deals in the that's why you put the appropriate
guess
deals into
what?
place. It's not about gatekeeping.
They
It's about
gatekeep that.
Exactly.
It's
We
not-
don't know how to do it. They
Right.
gatekeep it. They don't.
Why
and
we don't have iPhones? Why
No.
we didn't create iPhones?
Bro,
the
it's
code came
not-
from us.
Bro, you looking at it in a
we have the
you're looking at it in a
minerals,
very
the idea and the
minimalistic way.
concept ain't come from us.
You're looking at it in
But
a
it
very
could have because
minimalistic way.
technologies and stuff came from us. How do we make
We-
the
it's
the
like,
world
alright,
thing
say-
go
say
We
to
for
have
us?
the
example-
resources,
Right?
but as far as the concept ideas, that's from other nations
No,
as
no, it
well.
still come from us, bro. Because who are the ones that's building these things? It's still us.
So
We're
for
the
example, right,
engineers.
I kind of
Say
sort of
Prince,
agree with
say,
you.
wait,
How? We're the engineers. We build stuff.
no.
All right.
Say
Bro,
Prince
we
got a
can
car.
rebuild
good,
things
it's
that
good.
was
Look,
already
look,
broken.
Look, listen to the example.
Okay.
Say
Yeah.
Prince got a car, right?
Mhm.
And I have gas, right?
Mhm.
Prince don't got no gas in his car, right?
Mm.
So in order for him to utilize that car, he needs my gas. I'm the only person he can get gas from, right?
Mhm.
So what would be the smart thing for me to do? Just give Prince the gas? No, I'm gonna give him the gas with stipulations because might also need a car, right? So I'm gonna get into agreement with him. Cool. This is your car, right? But you need my gas, right?
Mhm.
So we either gonna split this 50-50, we're gonna do some type of deal.
Mm.
What happens is a lot of these African nations get into terrible deals because they're bad negotiators, right? So
Mhm.
you have these resources and these people have the tools to cultivate these resources, but you're giving them 70%, sometimes even 90% of the resources that they mine and things like that. It's terrible deals. So you can't be like, oh, because we have all the resources, we can do this, that, and third. They can't. They're getting terrible deals, and then the people that are negotiating are pocketing the money. So you really gotta, it's like you gotta look in the mirror first before you can point the finger at other people.
That's
the
why
thing.
we need to fix ourselves.
So you
So
can't
before
talk
we
about-
still continue giving our resources to people, we need to end it. That's why I love broken off ourselves.
They gotta
like
gatekeep
Ibrahim
from
is doing it.
themselves.
They fixing it.
What
They
you
the
think? What
bad
you
roles
think,
that
bro?
they had there, they're
Yeah.
fixing it.
Go ahead.
I feel like I gatekeep stuff, but all right, let's take it. All right, we
Yeah.
talked enough about the African nations and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
Let's bring it, let's bring it back to contemporary times. I mean, we have been talking about contemporary times. Let's bring it back to everyday life, right?
Mm.
I know Fonz mentioned something about jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's ever appropriate, right? Because we talked about, you said it's all your opinion on what that specific topic was. It's always good to gatekeep, right?
Right.
Well, you feel like gatekeeping is functional, right?
Mhm.
Do you think it's ever right to gatekeep a job, or something like from a friend, or so forth? Do you think it's ever right?
Do they
to
have the
gatekeep?
skills for it?
That's what
I'm
I'm
saying.
asking you the question. I mean, I feel like Prince, you got something to say to this.
Like,
So hold on. You said, is it appropriate to gatekeep a job from a friend?
Yeah,
I feel like no. If your friend have the skills for the job, then tell your friend to apply. But if your friend don't have the skills, then I won't say gatekeep it from your friend, but just tell them they're not qualified for the job.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you know your friend. For example, right? You and a politician. Me, all my records is modeling, fixing cars. If you have the job that job has an opening, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna tell me like, yo, bro, come and work in my job.
Yeah.
You know off rip, I don't have the skills.
all right.
So that's not gatekeeping.
Yeah, it's
you
not
know
gatekeeping.
my
You
friend.
just know your friend not
general
qualified.
Right. Say all right. So say for instance, your friend does have the skills, right?
Yeah.
But this is your friend. They might have the skills, but they don't have the character. All right. Let's just say it like
You're
that,
not
right?
doing it because now
No.
you're destroying my reputation that I built in my the company that I work for. So no, I'm not telling you.
I mean, character means everything to me, but
Yeah.
certain people, it don't mean shit to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially in a corporate world, they don't really care
Not
about
character like that. Not like they, like I'm saying, like just out here doing the most, but like they don't really have the like. They're not gonna go in there and set the building on fire.
Yeah.
But like it's gonna come to a point where it's gonna like kind of look bad on you. But they're smart, they're adequate, they can do the job.
To be honest, I want gatekeep because I want to just assume that all that is going to happen. I'm going to give them the opportunity. Then if they ruin it, I just know what to do next time. But I want gatekeep from them. I give all my friends the same opportunities. That's all.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say this, right? If you gatekeep from your friend, is that really your friend?
Exactly.
Yes,
yeah.
that is
Like,
really
I
your
feel like-
friend. That is really your
'Cause a
friend.
friend
because
is a
you know
network.
your friends.
Yeah.
You know where to put your friends at, and where not to put them at.
No, but that's the thing. That's an honest conversation that can be held. That's intentional. Oh, bro, like, is this job right here? The requirements is this, but you don't got it. And both of y'all being honest with each other, your friend
Why
might be
would I
like, you
bring
know
it?
what?
But why would I bring it up? Because now I just piss you off about your skills set that don't match what I do. Now that's where the jealousy is created.
For example,
That's where
because you're a
all
mechanic, right?
right. If
I'm not gonna apply to be a mechanic because I don't know nothing about being a mechanic. So certain
but
things you're not
if
gonna
my
apply
job is
for.
looking for mechanics, you think I'm gonna come to you on your
Yeah,
Prince? You think you got like you know how to do a couple of oil
Well,
change and come and apply?
what
No.
if I'm somebody where I don't have no job experience, right? And
Mhm.
I'm trying to get my foot in the door and I come to you and I be like, hey, is your job hiring? Which you know they're hiring. Would you try to put me on? Because I'm eager to learn and I'm trying to build a skill set.
That's a whole different thing. Yes,
Okay.
because you're starting from scratch. But if you're not starting from scratch, you already have an experience. Like your resume speak for a different department than my own. I'm not gonna bring you to my department
I
because
mean,
that's a waste of
I
time.
feel
You
like we're
wasting my
making it
time.
obvious, right? I feel like Fonz asked the appropriate question. If he has all the skill sets, right? My thing is, if a person has because we know we to put our friends in certain categories, right?
yeah.
There's certain friends that we close with that, you know what I'm saying? You have the party friend, blah, 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 you go down the list, right? I'm gonna just I feel like I gotta put constraints on the scenario, right? And I feel like it's so
It's
easy to do.
widespread, so you're
Yeah.
specific.
So
Yeah,
say for instance, you have a friend that's probably down on their luck, right? A
Mhm.
good friend of yours, right? Have a good friendship,
yeah.
but they down on their luck. They have pretty good skill sets, right? And they want to get, you know, you might have an opening at your job, but you know they probably got certain habits and stuff like that that might not work for
You're,
where you work at.
but you're
Yeah.
So do you
jeopardizing
look
my job. You're jeopardizing my job.
So you're saying you're gonna gatekeep it?
Yeah, I'm not telling you about it. I may have like I will help you search for a different location, a different like because at the end of the day, I don't want my friend to be on the downfall forever. So just because the area that I'm in and the built like the reputation that I built with my company, I don't want you to come and destroy that because now I got to go back to square zero. So I will help you. We can go on Indeed, Monster, LinkedIn, and do some research to see what benefit you. It don't have to be near me. Why y'all looking at
So no.
No,
Sometimes
y'all
like hold
look,
up.
why y'all looking at me
Not
like
every
that?
or not
Alright.
every friend that you tell to apply to the job. You don't have to tell your friend to like pitch you as a reference. They can just apply, especially if you know your friends got some like bad ways that might jeopardize them like in the long run.
Mhm.
Just tell them to apply to the job. Just don't pitch you on a reference. That's what I would do if I know my friend got some bad ways, but you really need a job. I would say apply for the job. Just don't don't put a reference.
But let me
He
be
said, when you
honest,
get the
right?
job,
Don't put a reference.
Let me be
Just
let me
get the
be
job.
very honest, right? Let me be
Yeah, that's what I
honest.
would do.
So if they
Okay.
not if you're
That's
not
the second
getting
way.
listed as a reference and you're not even going to go to HR or the supervisor and be like, hey, my friend so and so just put the application in, how they even gonna get it?
I won't say my friend. I'll say some guy that came up to me say he want a job.
Now we just wasting
Like,
time.
your friend get the job, he comes to the job like, yo, Prince,
Prince,
what's up, bro?
right.
You're not gonna dap you?
I'm just like, what's up? Like, that's I'm just saying, what's up? But I ain't gonna say that's my friend. That's like you and your wife working at the same place. You're not gonna tell everybody that's your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to tell everybody that's your
I'm gonna
friend.
tell everybody that's my wife.
You don't gotta tell everybody that's your
I
wife.
don't want
But
no
Jerry
dude
from
talking
the
to my
next
wife.
office
No.
playing with giving your wife a massage. You ain't gonna say
I mean, Jerry gonna know she married because you gonna have a ring on her, but he ain't gonna know she married to me. So
Man, nah.
yeah.
I
It
think
needs
people
to be
got
straight
work
up from the
husbands, work
jump.
You don't gotta
wives.
tell everything in the workplace. That's one thing I know about working
Nah, I
corporate.
feel
You
you, I
don't gotta
feel you.
put your personal business out there. You know,
That's
gotta keep
true.
certain things discreet.
That's
all.
true. That's
I
true.
feel you. I
Yeah.
feel you.
But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm still gatekeeping. Guy, Home Depot is hiring. You wanna go that way, but this mechanic shop is off limits.
Yeah.
So it's kind of good, Prince, time to touch on like the relationship topic, right? The relationship aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
How important it is, I guess gatekeep not the right word, right? How important it is to keep certain parts of your identity to yourself, right? Certain hobbies and stuff like that while you're in a romantic relationship. You know, how important, I mean, do you guys think that's important? Do you think everything should be shared with your partner? You know, how important is that?
Yes. In the beginning,
You think-
let everything out.
He said,
You gotta let everything out, bro. We're
Yeah,
too grown to
you
be
gotta
playing
do
these
all your
childish
hot-
games.
I'm
We're
gonna
too
be very
grown.
honest. You gotta take it bit by
Bit by
bit
bit, yeah.
with individuals because
Yeah.
at times you go and you disclose all your personal information What if you just let somebody know everything you going through within the first 5 hours of getting to know the person, and then the person you telling it to, they decide to walk out your life forever,
Now you
and
salty.
now you
like
done told them
pick,
all your personal
you
information.
pick like the
This nigga
important
got
things to
$5
say.
in his bank account.
Ain't shit.
No, you pick and choose which one is the most important to say. For example, right? A lot of people don't like to be straightforward when they're in the dating stage, or what they say, the talking stage. You're wasting my time. All these 3 months that we're here, we could have been telling like, hey, in the
Nah, I
future,
feel like
I
it's
want to
a
get
woman's
married.
perspective.
Sis.
Nah, I feel
That's
like
not
it's
no
a
woman
that's
But she a woman
so
though.
perspective.
She a
because when
woman,
you
so let her
first start
let her
talking,
talk.
What?
my
What you
fault.
mean?
Go ahead,
'Cause
go ahead,
in
go
the
ahead.
Let's hear her
dating stages,
perspective.
right?
Go
The,
ahead.
the
Yeah, let's hear
dating
her
stage is
perspective.
3 months. Can we all agree to that? Like
No.
dating stages is
Why
not.
do it have to be 3 months?
So in the 90 days, what we doing?
Why does it have to be 90 days though?
She
Because
read a little
that's how
bit too
you
much
know
Steve
somebody.
Harvey.
Like
This is
what?
Steve Harvey
So my
talk.
thing
Like
is,
you put a time limit on
when,
it?
when,
Steve Harvey talk.
when you talk
You think
about
we're gonna date like we're gonna
when
be
you
in a
take
dating
my
stage for like
dating and courting, like what standards are you using? Like when you say the first 90 days,
that will be
that's like
that's the talking stage. Like that's where everybody just trying to figure out like if we're gonna continue with this or we're not.
I'm gonna be very honest with you.
Mhm.
That standard is different from depending on your culture and your background
Yeah.
you coming from. And so I don't know, probably within our modern generation, the first 90 days could be considered talking stage, but I feel like getting to know somebody should be longer than that.
I agree.
Because
Yeah.
you can't really tell how
You
a
know,
person
I feel
move
like
and
men
operate.
know what they want off rip, bro. It's not
How
gonna
you gonna
take you a
think for
whole
men
year to
though?
figure out
That's
if
the
you
thing
want to
though.
be
How you
with me
gonna
for the
think
rest
for
of your
men? We're
life.
not thinking, but you just killed your argument because you was talking about everything should be put on the table within those days. Wow.
Exactly.
I
It should
don't
be
gotta
put in
share
so
all
I know
my.
what to do so I can go to the next person. Why would I still continue
No,
talking to you if
no,
you're gonna
I disagree.
you gonna be wasting my time?
no.
If
I feel
I want, for example, if I want to be married within the first 2 years of us talking, and that's not your goal, what?
All right.
Why is we still here?
No,
I
so
could have went somewhere else.
you talking about 90 days, right? So
Yeah, 90
it's
days.
12 months in a year, right? And it's 4 seasons, right? So 90 days, that's like one season. You know, people change during the season. So why would you only want to know somebody for one season?
Because that right there would
But that's
tell
one
me,
season though.
yeah,
You have to
that
experience
season would
somebody
let me
4
know if I'll make it
seasons.
to the next season.
But you just gonna give up on the first season?
Bro. Like, the
It's
first
4
season,
seasons. You gotta
it's 4
experience all
season,
4
right?
seasons.
Winter is the day that I need to figure out if we're going to continue to fall, right? Because we made it. We made it. You know what I like. You know what I don't like. I like what you
She
like.
said
You don't
winter,
like
bro.
like,
Come on, bro.
because it's
Come
4
on,
seasons.
bro.
What is it, like
Winter.
3
I
months?
ain't been talking, bro.
Because
I
look,
be
right?
yapping, bro.
I don't
What?
be yapping, bro.
Hey,
Listen to my
let-
point.
let-
So
let's
winter,
hear it.
right?
Mhm.
Winter is the day we just be understanding each other. We like we're getting to know each other. Our dislikes, not the dislikes. We pass that stage. We go to fall. Fall on par. Okay, cool. You can meet my parents. You know, we talk about backgrounds and stuff like that. My
Yo,
culture is this. Your culture is this. This is the agreements that we, we like and we don't like. Then you have summer. Summer, everybody's outside.
But that's past the 90 days.
I think
That's what I'm saying.
So
That's
every
the
person you
stages.
date, you gonna date them in winter?
Not winter, bro.
Exactly.
But
So
okay,
how
we
does that
dated
make
in
no
summer.
sense?
Summertime, we talking.
think
The
it's
same.
frozen?
That's what I'm saying. Forget the season, like the season part. But I'm saying, do you
So,
understand the steps
after
I'm
the 3
talking
months
about?
in summer, y'all gonna fall in love? So you want to use the word?
Like what?
What they use the
Gonna
word
fall
for
in
it?
love? Like what?
Oh my God, yes. Because
But no, I'm gonna go
I'm
back
not
to your.
wasting my
I'm gonna
time.
go back to your original point though. I
Mhm.
do feel like in relationships things got to be kept separate, right?
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, me and you came in a year as two separate individuals, right? We
Mhm.
ventured into this. We decided we liked each other enough that we want to spend an adequate amount of time with each other.
Mhm.
Cool, right? You got your own personal interests. I got my own personal interests. You got your own hobbies. I got my own hobbies, right?
Mhm.
If our hobbies, if they interject and during conversation, like, yo, I like this, you like this, cool, we can do this together. If it's genuine,
Mhm.
right? And then as it goes, I might introduce you to some of my hobbies and you can make that decision if you like it or not. But certain things that's already on my schedule, I want to do it how I was doing it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you're going to make time for what you want to make. We're going to make time for the date
So you
nights
don't want
and
to
all that stuff.
compromise.
Huh?
You don't want to compromise
It
because
shouldn't be no
that's what.
compromising.
if you're-
But when you first start talking to somebody, I'm coming in as I am. You come in as you are, and
Mhm.
we should with that the sign we like each other enough to see how this works out,
Mhm.
right? So I'm not about to change my whole identity for you, and I'm not gonna make you change your identity as well,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
But if we decide it's things that we both like, mutual activities, cool.
Mhm.
If you want to take on some of my interests, cool. I'm gonna be open to some of your interests. That's if you want to share that.
Mhm.
If not, if that's something personal and that's something you want to do in your time, I gotta respect it. Is that?
Okay.
But all everything together and all that's too much, bro. That's that high school action.
That's
bro.
fairy tales. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, ain't real
Yeah,
life.
that
That's
high.
fairy
They see
tales.
they're going using the bathroom of each other and all that other stuff, bro. Like, come on, man.
Just get a good understanding of each other. That's what I'm saying. And like not to waste a lot of people's time because like for example, for me, I've seen and heard of a lot of people that been in a relationship for 7 years. You didn't put a ring on it already? 7 years? 10 years. I didn't give you 2 kids, 3 kids. You didn't put a ring on it. You don't that's giving me a sign that there's no commitment.
He might be shy.
It's not.
7 years, you still
Uh, that's crazy.
It's not even that. It's the
That's
fact
crazy.
that at
He might
times,
be shy. You know, somebody.
You- I'm
at
not
times,
shy for nothing.
at times, you don't
You
know
might be
people's
shot. That's
situations.
better, bro.
You
Sometimes
don't know
7 years, it
Mhm.
might be some little factors that play into why certain things didn't happen between certain people.
Cut it
You
off.
feel me?
Cut it
I'm gonna
off.
be very honest. Sometimes I wonder the same thing. Like, damn, 7 years, 5 kids and stuff. You might as well just do it one time for the one time.
Yeah?
But at times, you don't know people's situation.
Bros, put a ring on it. I'm not giving birth to nobody kid if there's no commitment, bro. It
But
gotta be a
but
solid commitment. Me and you need to go to the masjid, sign that nikah, call it a day. I give you all the kids you want. But dating,
that goes back to, like, for example, right, people being together for mad long and not having no like commitment.
mm,
That goes back to the secretive portion, right? Like, you don't know what other people do outside of their time. Like, people can be together and do everything together, but you don't know what your other partner is doing and stuff.
Right.
So those are factors that play into that.
All right.
so
You
we're
know,
not
that's
together.
secretive.
We're still individual person then.
Ah,
It's not we're
Really,
not
I
coming
mean, I feel like
together.
every relationship is
A
different, though. People
relationship
got
means you're coming
monogamy
together.
and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's your definition of a relationship.
But that's
Everybody's
the main
definition of
reason.
everything. Everybody's relationship not the same. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's relationship
Okay.
not the same.
That's
My
true.
relationship not the same as my relationship not gonna be the same as Prince's relationship or Fon's relationship because we're different individuals. You know what I'm saying? We got different interests and so forth. It would be boring if everybody going by the same book and stuff like that. That's not what life is about. That's not what being a human is. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know, I'm not. Here's it. Don't get me wrong though. Like, I get it though, because like Fawn said, like a lot of men, a lot of women don't believe this, but a lot of men do have that imagery. Like, oh, I'm gonna find the woman of my dreams. We gonna, we gonna do it the right way. Get married, have a baby, all that. White House picket fence and
That's
all that, right?
simple
That's
things
not
that's
the
on
reality
your
of
court.
life.
The
That's
man,
not.
that's in a man's court. It's not in a
That's not
female's
the
court
reality
though.
of life.
so that
How is that not?
the thing is, like, we all got dreams of getting married, right? And I feel like for we the men, we visualize those things faster and we fall in love faster at times and stuff.
So why you not doing what you gotta do as a
Because not
man?
every female I see, oh, because I like you, then I'm gonna fall in love with you and marry you within the next 90 to 1 year. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna be very honest. As much as some men might move like that,
Mhm.
I come from a different cultural background. We have to be able to know you, assess you, and see everything. Like, and that's why I say, like, when it comes to the whole like court and dating thing, that looks different per culture. You feel me? Like, you come to our West African background,
Mhm.
or to be specific, Liberian, it's a process to it. We have to send our people out. I have to send my aunts to get to know your family, your
Mhm.
upbringing, what y'all believe in and everything like that, to see if we're the right fit. A lot of the times, and when we look at relationships back then, it was more so political, socioeconomic a little bit, because again,
Arranged marriage and stuff like that.
arranged
You're right.
marriages.
Yeah.
And that's how we build our society at the end of the day. Like, as of right
But we're
now,
trying to change that now
this
though.
dating pool, I'm gonna be very honest.
Mhm.
They say like the culture is the key to our soul, right? And when we look at culture, it's our language, our habits, our thoughts, food, clothes, music, etc., right?
Mhm.
And I could say for like our generation, our culture is bad, so it's tainting our soul. Right now, we have no morals in this dating thing. You feel me? Like,
I
I
don't
mean,
like.
it's morals to a certain extent,
We don't got zero
but it
morals.
depends on the people you entertain at the end of the day. And let's just say, like, when we from a social media point of view, like when we go on our grams and we scroll, depending on what you like to see, like for example, right? My better friends.
I was gonna speak on that too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna speak
you
on being a
like
married man.
you're a married man. So for
Yeah.
example, you're not gonna see posts condemning men or women. Like you're gonna see more positive posts
Right.
about relationship. For those of us that might be single and having these normal or girlfriend boyfriend relationships,
Mhm.
we're seeing things as kind of negative. Oh, like for example, Justin LeBoy page and stuff, like posting ridiculous shit that causes gender wars and stuff. And that's why I see online is a lot of gender wars, is a lot of, oh, these girls be going, these men ain't ish, da 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 type posts. So that kind of taints how we view each other and taints our relationship, especially when we start dating.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. For me, from my perspective, right, just being a married man, I've been married for less than a year, but I still got a good amount of experience. All right, so the reason why it took me the amount of time to get married is because I wasn't ready as a man. I feel like most men, they don't get married because it's something that you're fighting inside, something you feel like you have to still work on for you to even be a man for another person. You know what I'm saying? So when I finally knew I was that man for her, that's when I asked her to marry me. Every man, the time might be different. It might take some guys 5 years, 10 years, but there's no time limit on certain things. So I don't think you should really put time limit on certain things. When it happens, it happens. I knew the time was right because everything that I wanted to, accomplish in my life, I accomplished that. And I knew I was ready to be the man, for her and also be the father for that family. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's time is different. I knew my wife for about like 14 years, but we was friends at first. I knew her as a friend, and we really started dating for like a year. Within that year, I already knew she was the one for me, but I just wanted to experience that. I wanted to experience like the 4 seasons with her, in like on a romantic standpoint. So once I experienced that 4 season with her from the romantic standpoint, that's when I asked her to be my wife. But I kind of already knew she was the one for me. So you just have to go through certain seasons or certain people and just work on the things that you need to work on too as a person. Because a lot of people, they get into relationships, but you still got certain things you got to work on too. How you going to jump into a relationship, try to lead someone if you can't lead yourself?
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying? That's what a lot of guys do. They think they're leaders, but once they get in a relationship, they're going all, you know what I'm saying, different routes and all that. Now you crashing out. Now your wife don't respect you because you're not a leader.
True.
Your friends may respect you, but
Yeah.
your wife don't respect you. If your wife don't respect you, that should tell you a lot about yourself. That's just how I feel as a man.
Okay.
And
I
Married
ain't gonna
man.
say all that though, cause
No, go ahead. Go
nah,
ahead.
I ain't gonna hold
Go
up, though,
ahead.
hold up, bro.
That's my
I got-
perspective as a
I
married
gotta
man.
I gotta touch on that, bro.
That's what you
I
want
want
me to hear.
interject. It's just one thing I want
Go
to
ahead,
say.
bro.
Yeah.
And it is a key thing that you said to like good relationships, right? I feel like it's imperative that a friendship be built
Yeah.
before going into a full-blown relationship, because I feel like due to the friendship, the relationship can actually last longer because y'all know one another.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say
That's
all
it.
that.
That's
Like,
it.
yeah, in certain aspects, yeah, that's cool. Like, if you a man that's like moving, like moving with no respect. Like, I feel like respect begets respect, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you put the energy out there that you want back, right? So I feel like a lot of men just feel like because they're men, they should automatically get respect, right,
Yeah.
from their woman counterparts, right? But I don't wholeheartedly agree with the last part that you said, right? Because I'm not gonna generalize all women at once. I know a lot of every woman that I know is different in their personalities, different in their whatever, right? So I'm not gonna say women in general like that, but I'm gonna say some women, right? Some women, regardless of how hard you go, what you do, blase, how much you give them that respect or whatever, or how much whatever you treasure it. Some women, like I said, it might be childhood trauma or whatever it is, right?
Right.
You never gonna get that amount of respect back from them, right? They're gonna do what they're gonna do, right? Just like men are gonna do what they're gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's like some people are just grounded in who they are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, like I feel like a lot of men trick themselves out their spot by like going by that. Like if I do this, I go above and beyond. I do this, that, and the third. Which is like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to be. That's what you can do as a man. That's honorable, right? But it's like it's how that's reciprocated. right? If you feel like just because you're going so hard and you're giving respect and stuff like that, that you just automatically gonna get it back. Nah, some people just not built like that.
Then
You
you
know what I'm
should stay
saying?
single.
Yeah, I would say
'Cause
leave her.
like,
Then if
yeah,
she's
Nah,
not
but
respecting
like
you,
Prince
if
despite
made,
you
everything
nah,
you're
but I'm
doing.
saying
if
though,
you're
because
not
Prince made the point that because if a woman don't respect you, then it says a lot about you. Nah, some people just not gonna respect what they're not gonna respect.
no, it's not that.
Nah.
Yeah, bro,
That's where the
you think
compromise come from.
bro.
Yeah.
Bro, that's
Aisha,
where
go
you
ahead. I feel
that's
like you
where
can.
I feel like that's where you can compromise because the whole purpose of being in a
Nah, I
relationship
ain't
is
compromising on respect now.
see that's what I'm
Nah.
saying. My thing is that you guys being in a relationship, a man and woman being in a relationship, everybody have a fault. The main reason why you come together is to help balance each other out. Whatever you're slacking in, that your significant other is supposed to come and help you with that. And it goes vice versa. But if you're both stuck in your ways, what's the whole point of me being in a relationship? If I'm stuck at just making fufu all day and you want rice, bros,
That's what
what
I'm
is
saying.
this?
No,
I
I'm
gotta
not
like one
rebutting
day I
on
gotta
that.
eat rice,
I
one day I
agree
gotta
with
eat
that.
fufu.
I
Like
agree with that. I just don't agree with Prince's point that if a woman don't respect you, that says a lot about you. I
it
don't think.
do. That's what I'm saying. Because no,
No,
y'all
It's
not
because you can treat,
compromising.
bro. I know men, bro.
I feel
I know some men that done lost their whole livelihood. You know what I'm saying? Not because there was the wrong woman or because the woman was so terrible. It's because they put too much into it. You know what I'm saying? Not saying as a man that's not what you're supposed to do, but I know men that I know a gentleman that he put everything into his family. He's in a 1-bedroom apartment right now. His
Mhm.
wife got everything, and that's not. When I used to work at Amazon, I know a man that picked up every overtime shift religiously. Until I asked him a question one day, I was like, "Damn, bro, why you be going so hard? Like, what's going on? Like, do you just like work and stuff like that?" Man showed me his pay stub. Keep in mind, he pick his kids up, take them to school every day, all that. Still child support. By the time he even see his check, like 900 out. You know what I'm
that
So
saying?
with
that's
that's what I'm saying.
life.
With
Like,
that
bro,
point,
so it's like you can't
the ball
you
is
can
in
do
your
whatever
court.
you
You
can,
pick
but
the
you can't
woman that you
control how a
choose.
person gonna react to it.
so to be very honest,
Yeah.
like you can go above and beyond for your woman at the end of the day, and
Yeah.
if she don't got respect for you, she don't got respect for you. And I'm not gonna say it's 100% on the man. That just shows the type of heart he got. You feel me?
Yeah.
Again, nobody is perfect. And everything we're saying right now could be double standard. So don't think we're
We
being
speaking from our
biased.
perspective.
We're
We're
being
also speaking
biased
from our
right now,
perspective. You know, it's fine.
right? But all in all, I try to avoid these conversations
It
because
must be talked about.
Must talk about it today.
these
Thank
are
you.
courageous
You gotta
conversations,
say it.
and at times it causes us to speak on our imperfect behavior at times, right?
Yeah.
And I can say this as a young man, right?
Mm. Say it with your chest, man. Say it with your
How the people
chest.
that so
I remember listening.
Yeah, I'm listening. Hold on,
To
let
be
me.
honest, as a
Say
young
it.
man right now, I can say this, like I'm not the most perfect, but in like dealing with women, I try to be very respectful. And at times, respect can only take you but far. Like I can go ahead and speak in a low tone, use all the good words and stuff. It can go in one ear and come out the other. At times, the respect might slack. I can go ahead and tell you my boundaries right now, and 6 months down the line, you don't even give a.
But
You
my
feel
thing is,
me?
are you practicing those boundaries? Because
I
you can't
mean,
just
I
say it
don't.
right now and
I'm
then just
not
be like, "Oh, okay,
practicing
cool."
boundaries. How I operate. I've only been in 2 serious relationships in my life. Sorry to other young women out there that felt it, but I only been in two serious relationships in my life, right?
yeah.
But whenever, like we always talk about how long it take to get both relationships I've been in. I've got to know those two young women for at least a period of 1 year, right?
But in what
But
way though? In what way? That's what I'm saying. In what
let me
way? In
touch
the
on that.
friendship
No,
way
As a
or
friend,
straight
no, as a
target?
friend, no. I'm never.
Let's
hear-
Yeah,
Okay.
it's never gonna go
Let's hear
straight
it. Come on.
romantically as a
Go ahead.
friendship, right? As a
Mhm.
friendship, and then we delve into the relationship aspect of it, right?
Okay.
So at least for a period of 1 year, and within that time, you get to see my good, bad, and ugly. I get to see your good, bad, and ugly, right?
Mhm.
So by the time I decide to be in a relationship with you, I haven't seen everything, but I say mostly of what I need to see to do adequate amount of research to be like, all right, I want to venture into this with you, right?
Mhm.
And then when that tie shifts from friendship to relationship,
Mhm.
I'm gonna set my ground rules. This is what I'm going for. This is what I'm not going for. Blase, blase, right? You go over those ground rules, right? Because just like if you set your ground rules, I'm gonna respect it, right?
Mhm.
This is what you're going for. This is what you're not going for. This is what you respect, right? This is your expectations, right?
Mhm.
If you disrupt my ground rule, you're not gonna know peace ever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey.
you know what I'm saying? That's how I operate. But it's like all that working on boundaries, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I'm not working on boundaries with you because we got to know each other for an adequate amount of time. right? If we sat down, we're gonna have that conversation. It was that we're gonna talk. We're gonna have that conversation. If we decide to be boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, I'm gonna set those ground rules. And if you decide that, because that's a decision you're making, it's not by mistake. If you make a decision, and I'm not gonna do no crazy, oh, I want you to be in by 449 and all that. Nah, I don't need your location, none of that. But it's gonna be ethically correct ground rules, right? I'm not gonna give you 50 rules to adhere to. But if you just like vice versa, if I disrupt your ground rules and you want to chalk me, I respect it, right? Because you set your ground rules. So that's one thing. I always feel like everything should be the same, right? If I expect you to respect what I'm giving out, I gotta give you the same amount of respect. You know what I'm saying? But if you go above my ground rules, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we're just not gonna know peace.
I got
I
a
feel like at the
question
end
to
it's all
ask.
compromise, bro.
I got a question.
What's the question? What's it?
So when is it okay to call it quits?
Shit.
I would say when she start disrespecting you, that's when you call it quits.
I
But
feel
what's
like
this?
when
Well-
y'all,
Disrespect could be.
When
I
is it
feel
okay?
like it would be when y'all both are just like tired of each other. There's no pizzazz in the relationship.
Can you speak from a sister point of view? Don't incorporate us. Like, when will you call it quits? That's
Yeah.
what
I will call it quits when I see lack of like responsibility in a man. Like you're no longer I'm not seeing you as a man anymore. Like you're doing childish things. That's when it's a quits for me. Like you're not hustling like the way you used to. You're just like lingering. Once you become a linger, it's a done deal.
So you respect them then after that.
So
Yeah,
quick
because you're
question.
lingering. You're not
So
being
it's the
what.
respect then.
Quick question. So let's say let's say you're hypothetically dating, and the brother, you know him to be very hardworking, and he went through like a down moment, lost a job, and he's lingering for, let's say, a month
Or 90 days.
90 days. You feel me? Are
Uh-huh.
you calling it quits, or what are you gonna do? And he's in a crib. You feel me? He's in a crib. He's resting. He might not be doing his same old routines or habits because, again, he's looking for a job and he's using this moment to really rest. Woosah.
See, my thing is that if I met you already in a how you call it, in a successful mode, and then you had a downfall, because everybody gonna have a downfall, I will still be there. But if I met you and you was already a bum, bro, we're not continuing this process. But if I already met you, you're struggling,
At least he
like your
consistent,
your
though.
your
A
husband.
consistent bum.
I don't want that
So you gotta
consistency.
give up props.
I don't want that consistency. But I'm saying, like, I met you, you was hustling. Mind you, we're just friends. You're a hustler. You got all your things together. And look at the economy that we live in. Yes, you're gonna get laid off. You're gonna get fired. Yes, I'm gonna be there to help you. Like, yo, okay, cool. What do you need? I'll help you pay your water bill here, and there. Get your feet up. I'm gonna be sending you like job applications every day to motivate you. But for you to just be in the house 30 days, 90 days, not doing nothing, you're not looking for a job, pew, I'm out. Me, you're not
Okay.
wasting my time, especially the life that we're living in. Everything is going by fast.
Yeah.
So I'm not about to sit here and waste 30 days when I could have did 30 days and invested in somebody else.
And that's understandable.
So that's
Yeah.
where I'm at. But if I met you as a bum, you're gonna continue being a bum without me being there.
I feel like calling it quits is easier said than done, man. I like to look at myself as a lover boy.
Oh
You
my
know what I'm
God.
saying? But
Aren't we all lover boys?
but look though,
No.
all right, but all jokes aside though, I feel like it depends on the situation, right? I feel like we just boyfriend and girlfriend, right? If we just boyfriend and girlfriend, we've been dating less than a year, or even like a little past a year, and you cross a hard set boundary. I mean, it's like they say, it's GG's. You know what I'm saying? GG's in the chat. If nobody that means, it's over. Right?
It's a
Simple
good
words.
game, you feel me?
Yes, but then there's other things that can complicate that as well, right? Love is a powerful thing, right?
Yes, it is.
Like love is a powerful thing. Like some things are easier said than done. You be like, oh, somebody ever do this, it's over, right? And then they might do it. They might toe that line, and you might love a person so much you start making excuses for them in their head. Like damn, like maybe they was going through this, maybe they was going through that, maybe that's why they did this, that, and the third.
How often
And
can you
then
do
don't
that,
even
though?
like put in the fact of kids,
Some
you
people
said-
can do it up to 10 years, 15 years.
God forbid.
Once you have like a child with somebody, that's when it really gets mumbled up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I mean, this is a topic we're gonna touch on another day, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like just as like briefly on that, like you have a child with somebody, especially like I said, like a young man in my position. I never interacted with my dad before, right? So me having a child, that's gonna mean a whole lot to me, right?
Right.
And being in that child life. So it's like, yeah, I might have these hard set boundaries, be talking on macho and whatnot. But it's like, is if
You
they
might carry
happen,
it different
I
at
can't even
home.
just think for
Yeah.
myself though.
Right.
I gotta think about my child and
Right.
what that would mean, what that would mean for my child as well.
Mm. All right. I
Down
feel
the
like
middle, the man wanna
we
touch
did
on
good
it.
for the
Yeah.
first
I
episode.
mean, for the first episode,
We
like I
yeah.
feel like the transitions was crazy from
It was
introduction
smooth,
and the
yeah.
gatekeeping. We
Smooth.
went what international,
Right.
national, community, and straight into
Yeah.
talking about
Right. And I like how we had that little small
relationship.
debate and then we were still able to respect each other and have our own
Exactly.
opinions.
Yeah.
Because no money in my head is not correct. So I can be going scatter in this whole place. But I had to be respectful today.
Yeah.
That kind
But
that do the ending now.
Yeah.
I mean, before we close out though, I just want to give the audience a little bit of a
What to expect?
start thinking, like set some expectations, like
Yeah.
just real briefly, let's just go around and kind of give the audience like a sneak preview of like what's going on, what's going to be the further conversations, what can they look forward to.
For me, just know that it might be unfiltered. It's going to be from the dome. English is not my first language, so if you don't understand what I'm saying, go open the dictionary. It might be in there. Yeah, just being the real me, to be honest, and my bald headedness.
All right. Well, I'm speak about fatherhood, marriage, stoic. I'm gonna just speak about a lot of things that, African American brothers are going through. Not just African American, just men. Things that men are going through in general. I'm gonna speak on that. And I'm also just speak on a lot of other things too, travel. So just stay tuned for everything, man. It's gonna be real interesting.
To be very honest with y'all, when it comes to me, I'm more so speaking on like community politics, at times going international. I'm very like pro-black and everything. I deal with the youth at times, so I might be speaking on current events and situations and things of
Yeah.
that nature, but you can get like a whole range of different topics from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, it's gonna be what y'all got here. Just keeping the conversation going. It's touching on everything, and you guys, get like my raw, authentic, reactions, conversations, bro experiences. I have a story for like everything. But no, I'm most definitely the real reactions and just like real. Just giving y'all the real, man, on what's going on. I know a lot of people be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you the real," blah, 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 but I'm gonna give y'all the real, man.
Yeah.
You saying I really like it or not, you gonna get the real.
So you're gonna
But
get here.
And
Yeah.
then, and if we don't know, just expect us to bring people on that do know. You
Yes.
feel me? So
Yeah,
that's
so
something to
yeah.
be looking forward to.
Yeah.
Because I ain't going to say I know everything, but it's going to be somebody that going to know more than we
Yeah.
do.
We're
So
gonna
we're
have
going to
some,
bring,
we're gonna have some special guests. Just stay tuned.
And then on top of that too, if you see our content online, if you can help us by liking, commenting, and sharing, we're just trying to get this up and running.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Hit that subscribe button and like thank you guys for tuning in to Latest Tunk again, where every voice has a home. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys next week or next episode.
I'm going to cook it.